ZMB Talks. Tell these people this is how it goes, and we ain't gotta stop. I just wanna let you know we on top with the music that we produce, and we ain't stopping. This a gospel flow, but I came to save your soul, G.
Subscribe.
I can't get enough, I need another sermon. Gotta keep the fire burning, gotta keep learning. Remember drinking and smoking would leave my stomach turning. Smoking weed like I don't need a brain. So much on my plate.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting edition of ZMB Talks right here on YouTube. My name is ZMB, and guess what? You know, the world is going through tough times. There's COVID-19, and I'm like, why not have a gospel artist on my show? Yes, my guest today is a gospel artist. He goes by the name of Dilatrik, someone who's really pushing his music, and he's also trending on social media for the right reasons, though. Okay, so Dilatrik, welcome to ZMB Talks.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
So, here's the thing. Let's start with your name, Dilatrik, because I spelled it wrong. And you're like, hey, nah, how can you spell my name like that?
It's Dilatrik.
What does it mean? Do the letters have meanings?
Yep, but it's actually an acronym for Destiny is Living According to Righteousness, including kindness, which are two of the principles I believe in. I believe in just being kind in everything I do and just living a righteous life, which means having right standing with God and just doing what God wants us to do. And I strongly believe with these principles we can actually do anything in the world, you know. So yeah, that's what I believe in.
Okay, so I want to know something about Dilatrik. When and how did you start your music? Not necessarily the gospel, the conscious gospel, but you know, music in general.
I started my music career, I would say, in somewhere in the early 2000s. After I heard the song by 50 Cent in the club, I just wanted to make rap music.
And how old were you? When was that?
I think I first started rapping along when I was in grade 5. So by the time I was in grade 6, I attempted grade 8. People calling me a rapper. Yep.
Nice. So when did you switch to conscious gospel music?
I like that. After being born again. So this is, I started knowing about God in 2017. Of course, coming from a Christian background and also, you know, they always talk about God, let's go to church and stuff. But then I never really had an encounter with God until I did. That was in 2017. That's the first time when I actually experienced God. So I moved from maybe God is real or maybe God is not real to God is actually real. So from there it's just been go forward, and yeah. But I started putting out gospel music last year. That's when I went professional with my music career.
Do you think it's really easy to make it in the gospel industry as compared to secular? Or maybe is it congested as compared to the gospel and not gospel, the hip hop and R&B of Z music?
I say, well, music is music pretty much. So it doesn't matter if what genre of music you're into. It still remains the same. I mean, you still have to work harder than the next guy. You know, maybe 10 times harder. That's what I believe in. Just being
But was it easy for you to get into it?
I'll use the word easy because God made it super easy.
He made a way, eh?
Yeah, I've been rapping pretty much for 14 years. So I never actually got any recognition, and I never really put out a decent body of work until I met Christ. And then, yeah, he just started opening doors. I started working with different producers, different artists. And I also just came to a place of peace.
Yeah.
And I could just easily write. So I can write I don't know,
nice.
5-10 songs in a day.
Okay, so you've worked with a number of artists. You've worked with Natasha Chansa, you've worked with Team, you've worked with Super Rhymer, which is your current song, your latest song that's out. Which other artists have you worked with?
Of course, following that list, I've worked with Yellow Dove, I've worked with Scott, I've worked with pretty much that's Konkeani the Jedi, who is a close friend of mine. I've worked with Reverb, the producer. I recently worked with Easy, the producer also. I've worked with Mixtizo. Those are some of the big names of the people I've actually worked with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And working with them constantly like that, do you have a manager? Are you under a specific management board or record label that we don't know of? Sponsorship, where does it come from?
Oh, okay. An independent artist.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, but I'm working with K-Ami. Yeah, so we're working on like an album. So we have pretty much like 10 songs already. So we put out Chikondi with Scott, and we put out Yours with Natasha Chansa.
Okay.
And the new song is Super Rhyma, which just recently came out also. So we put out 3 songs already, and there's more songs we're working on. Yeah, but then it's just like a partnership. So I'm an independent artist and I'm working with a label, so we're working together, and I feel this is actually good in the sense that I have more freedom on the creative part. You know, so I write the music and he advises and we put it out together.
Okay, so
as opposed to like having a label which dictates your content, like make a song about A, B, C, D, you know.
How many producers are on it, on the album?
I would say about 10.
10 producers.
Yeah.
So features?
Features, their number, I think there's like about 7 singers and about 2 other rappers, so pretty much like somewhat close to 10 or so.
Earlier on, we're listening to your song featuring Super Rhyma, and your lyrics said something like, no more Mampi but Rachel, no more Slap D but Abel Chungu. So does that necessarily mean you do not work with secular artists?
Nope, that's not what it means. As I was rapping and also just like singing in the song, like trying to bring out the concept, towards the end I actually say apa manje noti Mampi bati Rachel, apa manje noti Slapu bati Abel. Ideally I wasn't talking about like their music, but I meant like their characters. Since people are trying to get to know who I am, there's been lots of stuff going on. No, this video, who's that guy? I saw him there. Oh, someone tweeted about him, A, B, C, D. So I'm trying to be defined. So I was helping people. Apamanje noti Mampi bati Rachel, you know. So I'm showing them, okay, if we're talking about like music-wise and the character, you know, this is how you define me, you know. But when it comes to like music, creativeness and all, yeah, I respect Slap D, of course. I respect Mampi, and yeah, I love the music that they put out, you know what I mean. But then I was trying to define myself as a character so that people can understand. So apamanje noti, but you know, so that and when I first did it, a few people were like, hey bro, you're calling out names and stuff. So I was like, I think they missed it. But then I played it for another friend and he was like, bro, I actually get what you're saying. You're talking about you as a person, this and this. I was like, thank you, Jesus, because if one person got it, then that means, you know, there's hope.
You know, yes, there's hope. So do you reach out to these artists yourself for features?
Yeah.
Do you have somebody calling for you? Do you have KB? You know, be the mediator, or you just, you know, get their numbers, reach out to their managers, you do the businesses yourself?
Of course, I reach out to people. Sometimes it happens that I feel God just like puts it together and just directs me. You know, I always pray before working on a project with anybody, and that times I would say I want to work with A, B, C, D in my book, and then God will say, okay. But then you find that when I call that person, things just don't work out the way it's supposed to go. Maybe they have a bad attitude or something. And then God tells me, I want you to work with so-and-so. So you find when I call so-and-so, it's like God had already spoken to them. They're like, oh, sure. Let's just do this and this. Oh, okay, cool. Where? And then that's how we've been recording music. So I actually work with secular artists, provided we can work on a song that actually yields a positive message. So I think that's like the most important thing. I'll get on a song with anybody if we can actually save the world, and and if God directs me to. But then if God says don't work with that person, then I won't. So I feel like God is the actual like mediator, manager and whatnot and everything. Of course I have a team of people behind me, from everything, from the dressing, whatnot, marketing, counselors, advisors, so there's like even a camera crew, all those guys are there. But then I feel like the biggest force behind everything that encompasses Dilatrik as a brand and also as an artist is gone.
What happened? Was it true? Is the story true when the Critic issue? How did you reach out?
I feel like it got blown out of proportion, but then I'm a producer also, so I'm working on other stuff. I have like other stuff I work on. So as I was making like a beat, I've been listening to Critic. Of course, he's a very dope artist and one of the greatest in our country. And I started writing to it, and I was like, you know who would be dope for a verse for this? Critic. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's how I got this.
Okay, wait, just to be clear. So you wanted Critic on your song? Or maybe you just wanted him on the beat that you produced?
I felt like the artist that would be dope for this kind of beat is actually Critic. So that's how I got in touch with his young brother who was my roommate at school. Yeah, then I asked him, yo bro, can I get your bro's line? I want to have a word with him. So I called him, asked him.
How did you reach out? Yes, man. Whatever's going on here.
Yeah. So I asked him, I said, hey bro, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm good. So I was like, how much for a verse? Then that's when he mentioned an amount I think was actually too exorbitant, but then I feel there's no price we can put on music. So some people defend it, no, he whatever amount he said, but then here's the thing, of course, even there's no amount worth for any gift because you can't buy a voice, you can't buy a human being, so we're priceless at the end of the day. But I feel when you look at like our country, for instance, you have to look around, you go outside, see what's the scenario like, So I just can't say, okay, me it's this and this, but then it's up to him. So when he mentioned that price, I was like, what? Bro, isn't that like way higher than like the biggest artists in the country? So I know some people actually got back to me and said, no, bro, you can't ask an artist that. I was like, well, I'll accept I was wrong, but the thing is, I've been like conversing with different people, and yeah, so I know what the average amount is, and when something just comes like from.
So, do you mind telling us how much he charged you?
I know, I won't say it's just for his own, I don't know, like I don't want to go against his stuff. So yeah, if anyone wants to know, they can always hit him up the same way he did. But then when he told me, I was actually like, what? I think that's too much, bro, and this and this. Then he's like, I don't give an F, man. So just like that. So I was like, ish, that's how the call cut. I went to church, I was praying. After I finished, when I came out, just a few friends were telling me, hey, bro, Critic just tweeted about you, ABCD. Yeah, so I tried checking for a tweet, I didn't find it. Apparently deleted it, but some people took a screenshot. Yeah, so that's how I read it. So he was actually just cussing me out, no, what. But I think the amicable way he could have handled it was, no, bro, it's that much because when you work with me, you come to my studio, for instance, or maybe we'll ensure that this and this happens, just to justify why it's that much.
Maybe it was the approach, Dilatrik.
Yeah, I feel it's up for debate, but I'll take the fault in the sense that people have, a few friends have said, maybe I shouldn't have said that's way higher than the biggest artist because he took that offensively. So, but that wasn't in the line at which I was going with, So yeah, my bad on that one.
Any new music videos, singles?
Yeah, actually last night I released a new music video which aired on TV2 and also it aired also on Born and Bred. It's entitled One Destination. It's off my album which dropped last year, entitled Glorified. I just talk about how God changed my whole life ever since I got to know him. Yeah, so that's one of the songs called One Destination.
Any future plans?
Of course, more videos, more music, touching more territories, just getting the message out and yeah, just letting people know Christ loves them, and I have a lot of music.
And the most important question I wanted to ask, somebody told me to say, if you're making music, it's best you just call yourself an artist and not categorize yourself by saying, no, I'm a gospel artist. Because like that, people are going to be judging and condemning your music because you said you're a gospel artist. So you just have to be doing, features gospel. What? It's gospel. So is it the same for you? Is that why you wanted to say no? I don't want to say I'm a gospel artist, but I'm just an artist making conscious music. So is it?
Ideally, the reason I don't love to be classified as a gospel artist doesn't mean I'm not doing gospel music. The thing is, when you tell your friend he's a gospel artist, there's an image which forms in their mind before they listen to my music. So they won't actually appreciate the beauty of it. But then if you tell your friend, hey bro, there's actually an artist, his name's Dilatrik, I want you to listen to his jam. When he listens to the song and sees how it's packaged, he'll find the gospel in it, and you'll be like, oh, I see, he pushes the gospel music, but then you see, you can't like restrict it to.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
All
So.
right. Thank you so much for joining Dilatrik and I right here on ZMB Talks. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a thumbs up, and also let us know who you want to see by simply leaving the name in the comment section. See you next time right here on ZMB Talks. Bye, honeys.
Apa manje noti mampi bati Rachel. Apa manje noti slapu bati Abel. Apa manje noti mampi bati Rachel. Apa manje noti slapu bati Abel.
Si tu yangeli yanga kondolo.